Since I've been with Next, I have come across about 20 participants that have been homeless from their mental health, being in the justice system, unable to get into the rental market, being evicted, and all of them bar one I've got housed.
My name's Karen. Narelle's my support coordinator. She helped me get into an amazing home after being in one that was very much less than meeting my needs.
Within 2 weeks, we got her into that unit. There was quite a lot of work that had to be done to that unit because of her mobility and access.
I lived in a group home with 5 other people, and they had very different needs to I did. There was very much a hierarchy of whose needs got met and whose needs didn't, and I was at the bottom of the hierarchy.
Fairly sort of an old institutional sort of model where you ate tea at a certain time, you showered at a certain time, you went to bed at a certain time.
I had no independence. I wasn't allowed to walk out the front door of the place on my own. I had to start my bedtime routine at 7 and be in bed by 8, which was nuts. I don't know anybody else my age that is in bed that early, ever.
No. And what about choices?
There were none.
No.
Choices were all made for me.
So I guess the only real thing was to find somewhere else so that you could be happy.
That's it. Ever feel like you've forgotten who you are, lost in a world where nobody understands you? You've forgotten how to smile and you don't know if you care anymore. Walking a road full of potholes, taking you way off track from a destination you no longer have the map for, getting nowhere fast with a license to kill. Ain't it funny how people kick you when you're down? Full of should have and could have, and why don't you? So many judgmental jerks. But when you finally start getting it together, you don't have a friend in the world, just a girl in a ghost town, stepping around potholes.
Oh, I'm just about to cry. So the provider that she was staying with had not made any arrangements and had notified her that she needs to leave.
Yeah, basically we rang you, explained the situation, and you called around.
I approached a local property owner and said the situation, and he said, yep, we can offer you this unit. We had to modify all the bathroom, take all the screen out, get some little ramps in. Then I had to run around and organise the furniture as well.
Yeah, I was like a rabbit in headlights to start with. I didn't know what to do or how this was supposed to work, but now I love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, she's been amazing to work with. She's got a lot of talent. I love to see her grow into her poetry and cooking in her house more. The greatest thing with the housing and the homelessness that I've been working with all the participants that are through Next, is that trust is a really big thing. They put trust in you to get them a house, and I absolutely honour and listen to every single one of them.
I think it was just you immediately made me feel at ease in terms of you would do what was best for me and what I wanted, and it was kind of scary to have so much choice and so much control over everything. I kind of didn't know which way to go at first, but now I love it. And my routine can change from day to day depending on what I'm doing. Thank you for helping me get this far and helping me find the options for the forever home.
It's my pleasure. But I just want to say a huge thank you. I'm very, very proud of you, and I can't wait for the next part of to see what you're going to do with your next accommodation.
Thank you, Narelle, and thank you for all your help and support.
Hi, I'm Michael Ruthman. I'm with the NDIS. I'm 47 years old. I used to be homeless, and Narelle from Next got me this unit. She saw me and she helped me. But I'm glad I got this place. I'm a musician. I play in a band. I've never had a place so beautiful before. I've lived in Beaufort at a rooming house. I was 6 hours a week, but it was a bit rough. There's 2 blokes there drinking, and I was getting picked on and stuff, and I missed my injection. I fell into a psychotic episode. I ended up in hospital. That's when I was end up in a motel.
And so when I met you, you were at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yep. And you were in a bit of a bad way, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what else did we have to do? So you didn't have any furniture?
No.
Nothing?
I've been abused as a child.
So you've had a pretty rough life, haven't you?
My parents split up when I was 15. I was in the house line. I had to get a job.
How many houses have you lived in? How many places have you been?
Over 100.
Melbourne. Where else?
Over 100 in the last so many years.
You haven't relapsed with your mental health since you've been here either, have you?
No, I haven't, no.
You've been very good.
Been taking my medication.
Yep.
It's in the box. I haven't touched it. I know the number, because I heard him say it over the phone, but I don't touch the box because I know I'll get into trouble.
Yeah.
My name is Mohammed. I'm Mick's support worker. I met Mick about just over a year ago. At the time, Mick was living in Beaufort. He was living in a 1-bedroom unit, sharing it with one person most of the time, 2 people at a lot of the time. Mick hated that place at the time. He had to share everything, and he never got along with his fellow roommate. I've never seen him doing better, to be honest. He plays his music. Music is the most important thing in Mick's life. Mick is incredibly talented. Yeah, that's all right. You're incredibly talented with your music. Not just that he can play it, but if you pick up a CD and you tell Mick, who sings and who's the drummer and who's the guy behind the guitar, Mick would know by name, age, and literally the story behind the song. Don't you, Mick?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been absolutely amazing since Mick moved in here. He can play his music whenever he wants. The house is always clean. He's in a much better shape. He's even in a much better mental state. Yeah. Just a year ago, that was a dream, wasn't it? I remember talking about, one day I'm gonna have my own place and all that. It happened a lot faster than you expected, thanks to Narelle and Syntacare and everyone involved in your care plan. But now you're doing very well. Yeah.
So is this the first place you've had that's your home?
Yeah, in a long time, yeah.
Yeah?
In about too many years, I haven't had a place for.
I'm very, very proud of you. And I'm very proud of where you've come to now, and look forward to doing more great things with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I gotta get a cold drink.
Alright. So the old models that they used to offer are like the old SRS models, and they're pretty rough. That was like what Michael was talking about, where you're grouped with very other vulnerable people, but potentially they've got history of substance and alcohol, which doesn't really allow you to grow when you're kind of amongst that sort of cohort, really. Yeah, and you can't be as independent or fostering your life as much as you want to grow into, so.
Hi everyone, my name is Nathan and we're talking about a story about my life.
Yes.
I did get hit by a car when I was about 4 years old, so apparently Mum told me that I ran off and bam, just got hit by a car and had 6 pins in my legs and don't really remember much, but stuff went haywire at home. There was too many bugs and mice and everything, and it was just disgusting. My cousin beat the crap out of me and hit me in the head on the corner of the door, bashed me. The sad thing is though, yeah, I had to sleep on the streets. It was cold. People were staring at me when I was walking, like they were thinking, why is this kid sleeping on the street? Well, there was reasons. Mum had to go at me, told me to get the F out of the house, so I just left and yeah, walked in the middle of the night and just slept. Then Narelle saw me outside and asked me, why am I sleeping outside? And I'm like, it's Mum.
He really wanted just his family to love him like everyone else, I guess. But that really broke down, but it took a lot to get him to the next stage where he is. But you know, he has his friends over like anyone else around his age group, and he's talking in a normality of things that people his age group do. So he's come a really, really long way, a long way.
So today I am cooking something, so might be a little bit stressful. I'm gonna get mate to come and help me as well, just because I might need some help with some things. It's called Japanese patties. We've been waiting for a long time to move into this place, and it's been
4 years.
3 or 4 years. It's been quite difficult, but I'm loving it now. If that's a 170 mil and you've got to get 60 out of it, say half.
No, I'd say 1/3.
1/3.
Yes.
Okay. Living here's great. It is a bit lonely sometimes, like by myself. What's this one called, Robbie?
So Worcestershire sauce.
Yep.
Amari sauce.
Amari sauce is over here too.
Bring it out. And Dijon mustard.
Narelle wants me to help the other boys to come like me, how far I've come, and work with them and get them up with their skills as well. But yeah, since I've moved in this house, it's been lovely. It doesn't matter how old, how grey it is, but it's a roof over your head. So guys, I use one of these. It's a lot safer instead of a lighter. Yeah, life has changed. Started getting a bit active outside, playing football, going to movies, going bowling. So there's me making pasta for the first time at my own cooking club. It's in Delacombe. I do taekwondo at Snake Valley. I'm a black belt, so I actually train with Gary White. When I get my orange Jordan check, he's giving me his dojo in Snake Valley, so I'll be teaching other kids.
What are some things that are important in your life while you're living here?
Important in my life is that I stay healthy, I eat well, and I shower well, of course.
He's had a very challenging background for children coming out of care. It's very, very hard with all the trauma that comes with living in those sort of environments when they've been removed from families. And it took us about 4 years, because then also he was very unstable in his challenging behaviours as well. So what I did was I approached a local real estate agent, and I just started taking people with disabilities there for morning teas so they could get used to people with disabilities. And I took OTs there to explain who people are with disabilities. I got the NDIS to contact them as well and talk about what NDIS means. And then Chris from Jensville and myself, we did a trial one with one of the participants, and it was so successful that I just kept approaching him, and he's just put on so many. That's been wonderful seeing them have their own home. For people with disabilities or dual diagnosis, this is probably an absolute new market that could be explored worldwide, really. Just seeing people, you know, in their own home and how proud they are. And I'm just very honoured the amount of respect they have for me. It's very overwhelming, to be honest. Like, yeah, in their presence, it feels amazing that someone thinks so highly of me like that. But yeah, It's been fantastic. I've blown away how incredible this just one person, me, like thought of this and it's taken off. I'm very proud. I love my job very much.